All right, so I'm up here in Quincy at Veterans Memorial Stadium, walking around, checking out the tailgate party, and I run into USA Men's head coach Gary Gold by chance. How you doing, Gary?
Hey, Dick. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Yeah, you will.
What brings you to town?
MLR Rugby. Yeah. Getting around and watching all the games, and we've got a camp in Houston starting tomorrow. So yeah, I wanted to get one of the games, and I wanted to try and get to see Utah and Free Jacks actually. So this is what was on the plan. So yeah, here this weekend and Houston tomorrow.
So with tailgating, with your time with Worcester, is this a scene you would see at Six Ways, or is this just unique for maybe over here?
This is actually very unique for back home in South Africa. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
In the old days at Kings Park in Durban or in Newlands in Cape Town, it wasn't called tailgating, but it was a big thing to congregate a few hours before the game and create a bit of a vibe and a bit of an atmosphere, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's really awesome.
So now with your tour, let's say MLR Games, you're here. Are you looking for anyone in particular? You already know who you're kind of keeping an eye out for. Can you talk about those players at all?
I mean, every US qualified player, is on the radar. To be honest, I wish there were more of them. There's about 165 US qualified players playing in the MLR at the moment, and a handful are playing here today. Just to name a few, I don't want to leave anybody off because there's quite a few today. Utah have got a good group of players. Mika, Mikey Teo's playing, Paul Mullen's playing. Obviously, the Free Jacks have got Joe Johnson's playing. Mitch Wilson and Bailey Wilson, the brothers, are playing against each other today. So yeah, lots to watch today. Lots of USA qualified players, and really excited for the game.
Now, what can Free Jacks fans do to get Boni Waka in a USA jersey? Probably nothing, right?
I'm not sure of his marital status, but find him a USA wife or something like that.
We're going to dig some history. Maybe his great-great-grandmother lived here, whatever else. So real quick, talking about Houston, you're there for a couple of days. We just talked to Bryce Campbell last week.
Yeah.
He's looking forward to being there. What do you look to accomplish in just 2 days together as a team?
So this is quite a new concept. It's called an alignment camp. And it's just that. It's for us to align before the June-July series. Mm-hmm. Again, unfortunately, it's quite difficult with our hands tied at the moment that we can't get together and we can't have a camp, mainly because obviously the guys are playing and they've got club responsibilities, which we completely understand, and then obviously a handful of guys are in Europe at the moment also playing club rugby there. So whilst we're not able to assemble, the clubs have very kindly allowed us to get the guys in for this alignment camp, and we'll pretty much go over our plans. We'll acclimatise ourselves with Chile. We'll get to know a little bit about the French Barbarians. Not very much to know at this stage, but really Chile is our focus at the moment. And then our task, what's our task at hand, and because it's a monumental task, what's coming in July. And I just want to be as prepared as possible, and then also get the opportunity to sit with the players and go through one-on-ones with all the players and make sure that they know what our expectations are, and just try and open the lines of communication as best as possible.
And what do you know about the French Barbarians? They used to be more of a fun select side like the Barbarians. Now they seem more of like a development side for France. Is that accurate?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's the truth. I don't know the answer to that. I can tell you they're going to play like the Barbarians, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They're not coming to play a boring style of rugby, that's for sure. So it's going to be 100-mile-an-hour rugby in the heat of Houston, and they're going to come at us. So it's going to be a really good test for us. We're going to probably rotate the squad a little bit and give guys a little bit of an opportunity and plan properly for the trip down to Santiago the week later. But it's going to be a good test for us, and hopefully from our point of view, an opportunity to keep the ball in hand for extended periods of time as well. So good opportunity.
Two more questions for you, Gary. One, are there other MLR players around the league that have really stood out for you that may not have been in the mix last year? And could you list any at all? Could you talk about them at all?
Put me on the spot a little bit. There are definitely a couple of players, as I said earlier, and I genuinely mean this, Bill. I mean, every player who's USA qualified, who's good enough to be playing in the MLR, is on our radar. I mean, are there guys? Yeah, there are a couple of guys at the moment now putting up their hand. Mitch Wilson being one today, for example. Bailey Wilson being one. Neither of them have yet been in the full men's national team. Bailey's been in the APC team and went down to Uruguay last year with them. But those guys are playing great rugby at the moment now. There's always a handful of young guys that are coming through and putting their hands up all over the show. So that's two examples that I can think of at the moment. But there's a good few. The balance is going to come in the fact that we can't make overall changes right here and right now, just because of the amount of time we've got together. We're going to get together a week or so before we play Chile. So it's backs against the wall at the moment.
All right, lastly, other than becoming great shape and learning a lot of skills in rugby, what can I do and my friends here do to be able to join the team in Chile and Santiago?
I can put you in touch with a travel agent, and they can show you where to buy tickets, and we can organise you a couple of tickets to the game. And please bring a couple of 100,000 other people with you with big American flags.
So we'll do
all the support we can get down there.
A rowdy American crowd. So that's a rowdy American crowd is what we need. So everybody, it's cheap to fly to Chile apparently, but we'll see how that goes. Gary, thanks so much.
Hey,
good luck in the qualifiers, everything else.
Thank
Good to
you,
see
buddy. Appreciate it. Good
Thanks.
to see you too.